I want to talk to the one who feels like giving up, the one who's tried everything and still feels stuck, the one who silently asks, "What's the point of going on?" Let me tell you this, you are not finished yet. Life can knock you down, it can bruise you, break you, leave you breathless, but it cannot defeat you unless you give it permission. You see, I've faced storms that nearly drowned me. I've been in places where darkness screamed louder than hope. But even then, especially then, I discovered something. As long as I had breath, I had purpose. You don't have to have it all together. You don't need a perfect plan. All you need is this one truth. You must keep going. Your story isn't over. The pain you feel today is not your punishment. It's your preparation. It's shaping you for the greatness inside of you. People may doubt you. The world may overlook you. But hear me now. You were made for more. More than fear, more than failure, more than the labels people put on you. So when life shouts, "You're not enough," you whisper back, "I'm not finished." Get up one more time, try one more time, dream again. Forgive again, love again, walk again, even if you're crawling. Keep moving forward. You may not control every moment, but you control this one, the moment you choose not to quit. You are stronger than your struggle, braver than your past, bigger than your pain, and when you feel weak, remember, this is how warriors are made. So take that first step, or the next one, however small, however slow, just don't stop. You must keep going. Pain is not the end. It feels like it sometimes. When your chest is heavy, your eyes are tired, and your spirit is worn thin. It can seem like the world has stopped moving forward for you. But pain, as crushing as it feels, is not your final chapter. It's not a sentence. It's a signal that something must change, a signal that growth is coming. You see, pain is a teacher, and often the most powerful lessons are hidden in the moments we want to run from. What hurts you today is shaping the person you're becoming tomorrow. Every tear you shed, every disappointment you face, every broken moment you endure, it's all working in you, building something deeper. It's building resilience, it's building compassion, it's building a strength that comfort could never teach. Think about it. You don't build muscle without tension. You don't sharpen a blade without friction. You don't find your deepest strength until you've faced your deepest pain. Pain stretches us. It pulls at the limits we thought we had. And in that stretch, we discover new capacity, a new ability to stand, a new level of courage, a new fire to rise from the ashes. Pain doesn't come to stay, it comes to shape, to mold, to refine, but it doesn't define you. Your pain is part of your journey, but it is not your name. It's not your future, it's a chapter, but not the whole story, and the most beautiful stories often rise from the most broken pages. So if you're hurting right now, hold on. Not because it's easy, but because you're being equipped. You're being trained, you're being prepared for something greater. You may not see it now, you may not feel it yet, but what hurts you today can shape your strength tomorrow. Don't waste your pain, learn from it. Grow through it. Let it build you, not break you. Pain is not the end. It might just be the beginning of your rise. You still have purpose, even if you can't see it right now. Even if life feels like it's fallen apart. Even if you've lost your way, your confidence, or your hope. As long as you're breathing, you have a reason to keep going. Your existence is not an accident. You're here for something only you can do. You might feel invisible, you might feel forgotten, but you are not. The world needs what's inside you, even if no one has told you that lately. There is a spark in you that's still alive. Maybe it's buried under pain, fear, or failure. But it's there. It hasn't gone out. You still have time. You still have breath. And as long as there's breath, there's purpose. Sometimes life will try to convince you that you don't matter, that your story is over, that you've messed up too much to ever make a difference, but that's a lie. You don't have to be perfect to have purpose. You don't have to have it all together. You don't need applause or recognition to live a meaningful life. Purpose isn't about being famous. It's about being faithful. It's about waking up and showing up. It's about choosing hope when it's easier to quit. It's about lifting someone else when you feel low yourself. Your purpose is woven into your pain, your passion, your past, even the parts you regret, even the pieces you wish you could erase. Nothing is wasted. You've made it this far. You've survived moments that try to break you. That means you carry something powerful, you're still standing, and that means your purpose is still unfolding. It may not look like anyone else's journey, and that's okay, because your story was never meant to be a copy. It was meant to be a light. Someone out there needs your voice, your kindness, your strength, your scars. You still have something to give, something to build, something to become. Don't believe the lie that it's too late. Don't let the silence convince you that nothing is happening, because sometimes the greatest purpose is revealed in the quietest seasons. You're not done. You're not forgotten. You're not finished. You still have purpose. You are not alone, even if it feels like no one sees you, even if the room is full but your heart feels empty, even if the world keeps moving while you're stuck in the same place. You are not the only one who has cried in the dark. You are not the only one who has smiled on the outside while breaking on the inside. Many people suffer in silence, more than you know, behind the laughter, behind the achievements, behind the strong faces. There are battles being fought every single day, quiet ones, hidden ones. And just because someone's pain is invisible doesn't mean it's not real. Just like yours. Maybe you've told yourself that no one would understand. Maybe you've convinced yourself that no one would care, but you're wrong. There are people who care. There are people who would listen, but they can't hear your pain if you keep it locked away. You don't have to scream for help. You just have to whisper, reach out, say something, even if it's messy, even if it's hard. Silence is not strength when it's hiding suffering. Silence can feel safe, but healing begins when you break it. And hear me now. Your silence does not mean you are forgotten. You haven't been overlooked by life. You haven't been abandoned by hope, even if no one has checked on you, even if your phone has been quiet. You are still seen. You are still known. You are still loved. You may feel invisible right now, but feelings are not facts. You are here. You are breathing. And someone, somewhere, would be devastated if you gave up. You are not the only one hurting. And that's not said to make your pain smaller. It's to remind you that you're not weird, broken, or weak. You're human, and being human means needing others. You don't have to carry it all alone. You don't have to be the strong one all the time. You can ask for help. You can say, I'm not okay. And that one step could change everything, because healing begins when isolation ends, and freedom starts when silence breaks. You are not alone. The world doesn't define you. Your value isn't determined by what others say or think about you. It's not measured by likes, followers, or approval. You are not a reflection of someone else's opinion. You are not the names they called you. You are not the failures they pointed out. You are not the labels they tried to stick on your back. You are so much more. People will judge without knowing your story. They'll make assumptions without understanding your journey. They'll speak out of their own pain, their own insecurity, their own fear. But their words do not shape your worth. Their voices do not control your destiny. What they say about you is their view, not your truth. You were created with value before anyone ever had an opinion. You had purpose before anyone ever praised or rejected you. Your identity was never meant to come from people. It was meant to come from something deeper, something unshakable, something eternal. The world changes its standards every day. One moment you're good enough, the next you're not. One moment you're celebrated, the next you're forgotten. If you live for their approval, you'll die by their rejection. So stop chasing validation from those who don't even see the real you. You don't have to prove yourself to people who never took the time to know your heart. You don't need their applause to walk in confidence. You don't need their permission to be who you are. You are already enough, right here, right now, with your flaws, with your scars, with your story. You don't have to change to be accepted. You don't have to shrink to make others comfortable. Stand tall in who you are. Stand firm in what you believe, because the world doesn't define you. Truth does. And the truth is you are worthy, you are chosen, you are loved. You are powerful beyond what anyone can measure. Don't let temporary voices drown out your permanent value. Don't let rejection plant roots in your soul. Their words may sting, but they don't stick. Unless you let them, you have the power to rise above the noise. To walk your own path, to live from the inside out, because your value has never been up for debate, and the world doesn't get to define you. Progress is progress. Even crawling forward is better than standing still. Even small steps matter. Even slow motion is still motion. You don't have to be fast. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep moving. It's easy to feel discouraged when you don't see big results. When you're not where you thought you'd be, when others seem miles ahead of you, but comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, your focus, your momentum. This is your journey, your pace, your process. And no one else can walk it for you. Every little effort counts. Every single step, no matter how small, is proof that you haven't quit. It takes courage to keep going when progress feels invisible. It takes strength to show up when nothing seems to be changing. But what you don't see is how much you're actually growing. Sometimes progress is quiet. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it's simply surviving another day, and that still counts. Healing isn't linear. Success isn't instant. Transformation takes time, but every moment you choose not to give up, you are building something, a mindset, a habit, a future. Don't let the slowness fool you. The seed that breaks the ground doesn't bloom overnight. But it's still growing. You're still growing. So give yourself grace. Celebrate the tiny victories, getting out of bed, trying again, being honest about your struggle, choosing hope when it's easier to quit. That's progress, and that matters. You don't need to leap. You just need to move, even if you're crawling, even if you're dragging yourself forward, even if you're doing it with tears in your eyes, because momentum builds. 1 inch becomes 1 foot. 1 foot becomes 1 mile. And before you know it, you've come further than you thought possible. Don't wait for the perfect day to start. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start with what you have right now. Because you're not stuck. You're strengthening. You're not failing. You're forming. Every little move forward is a silent victory. Every moment you refuse to quit is a breakthrough in disguise, so keep crawling if you must. Keep inching forward, because progress is progress. You can rise after every fall. It doesn't matter how far you've dropped. It doesn't matter how hard you hit the ground. What matters is what you do next. Falling doesn't mean you've failed forever. It just means you're human. Everyone falls. Everyone breaks. Everyone has moments they wish they could erase. But your fall is not your finish. It's not the end of your story. Every fall is a setup for a comeback if you choose to stand again. You may be bruised. You may be tired. You may be doubting everything. But as long as you're willing to rise, your story is not over. You don't rise because it's easy. You rise because something inside you refuses to stay down. That spark, that grit, that quiet voice that says, get up, try again. That's your strength. That's your comeback starting to grow. You might feel ashamed of your fall. You might want to hide from your mistakes. But the most powerful people aren't those who have never fallen. They're the ones who got back up, again and again. Every scar tells a story of survival. Every failure carries a lesson, and every setback holds a seed of something greater. You didn't come this far to give up now, so take a breath, wipe your tears, and start again, even if it's slow, even if it hurts, even if it feels impossible, because the rise is worth it. You learn things in the fall that you can't learn any other way. You discover parts of yourself you didn't know existed. You grow tougher, wiser, stronger. And when you rise, you don't rise as the same person. You rise renewed, rebuilt, refocused. It's okay to fall. Just don't unpack and stay there. Don't let the fall define you. Let it refine you. Let it wake something up inside you that was asleep. Let it push you to reach higher than before, because falling isn't the end. It's the beginning of your rise, and you can rise after every fall. Your struggle has power. Even if it feels like it's breaking you, even if it's the last thing you ever asked for, even if you don't understand why it had to happen this way, there is power in what you're going through, because battles create warriors, and scars prove survival. The struggle you're in today is building something inside you that ease never could. It's revealing your strength. It's stretching your faith. It's shaping your character in ways comfort never would. You may feel weak in the moment, but weakness is not the absence of strength. It's the doorway through which real strength is built. You don't become strong by avoiding the storm. You become strong by walking through it and refusing to be destroyed by it. Every tear, every late night, every anxious thought. It all matters. None of it is wasted. You are being refined. You are being prepared. You are being forged in fire for a purpose greater than what you can see right now. Your scars are not something to hide. They are proof that you lived, that you fought, that you refused to give up. They are reminders that you made it through what tried to break you. Scars tell the world, I've been hurt, but I'm still here. Your struggle is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you're still in the fight, and fighters grow stronger in the struggle. This pain won't last forever, but the strength it produces in you will. So when life pushes, push back harder. When darkness comes, be the light. When everything inside you says, you can't, whisper back, watch me. Because you're not fragile, you're not forgotten, you're being formed into someone unstoppable. You don't need a perfect life to be powerful. You need endurance, you need courage, you need faith that what's hard right now is growing something inside you that will bless your future. You are not defined by your struggle, you are defined by how you respond to it. You control the decision to keep going. You may not control what happens around you. You may not control the timing. You may not control the people who leave, the doors that close, or the storms that come. But you do control your choice to keep moving. You control your response. You control whether you stay down or rise again. Life will throw things at you that you never expected. It will challenge your faith. It will test your patience. It will hit you when you're already tired. But you don't have to let it stop you. You don't have to surrender to the weight of it all. You can't control life, but you can control your refusal to give up. That choice is yours. It doesn't belong to the pain. It doesn't belong to the past. It doesn't belong to the people who doubted you or walked away. That power lives in you. You decide if you'll take one more step. You decide if today will be the day you try again. You decide if you'll look in the mirror and say, I'm not done yet. That decision might not change everything overnight, but it changes you asterisk. And when you change, everything else begins to shift. The greatest victories don't always come from strength. They come from consistency, from stubbornly showing up, from whispering, I'll keep going. Even when your voice is shaking, it's easy to give up. It's easy to say, I can't. But what's easy rarely leads to what's meaningful. What's meaningful takes courage, and you have that courage inside you, even if it feels small, even if you have to dig deep to find it. You are the one steering the ship of your life. Storms may shake it, waves may crash over it, but the wheel is still in your hands. You may not know what's next. You may not have all the answers, but you have this moment. This choice, this decision, and that's all it takes. One choice to keep breathing, to keep walking, to keep believing that better days are still ahead, because you control the decision to keep going. And if you choose to rise, to keep moving, to keep believing, then your struggle becomes your strength, and your story becomes your victory. Because your struggle has power, belief changes everything. It's not just a feeling, it's a force, a quiet fire that can move mountains inside you. When you start believing in your worth, everything shifts. The way you walk, the way you speak, the way you show up, even in the middle of fear. Because belief builds confidence. It silences the lies that tell you you're not enough. It drowns out the noise of doubt and replaces it with truth. You were not made to live small. You were not made to hide behind fear and failure. You were made to shine. But first, you have to believe that you matter, that your voice matters, that your story matters. Your worth is not based on what you've done or what you haven't. It's not earned by achievements. It's not taken away by mistakes. It's there because you exist. And when you believe that, your whole world begins to change. You also have to believe in your potential. You are capable of more than you know. There is strength inside you that hasn't been touched yet. Dreams that haven't even been born yet. Gifts that are waiting for you to activate them. Don't let fear trick you into thinking you've reached your limit. You haven't even scratched the surface. You are still becoming, still unfolding, still growing. And when you believe in your potential, you stop settling. You stop shrinking. You start taking risks. You start reaching for things you once thought were impossible. And finally, you must believe in your future, even if it's blurry, even if the road ahead is uncertain, even if the past tried to convince you that good things aren't meant for you. Your future is not bound by your past. Your best days are not behind you. They are still being written, but you have to believe they exist, because belief is the foundation of change. Without it, we stay stuck. With it, we become unstoppable. So believe in your worth, believe in your potential, and believe in the future that's waiting for you to show up, because belief changes everything. Quitting is not your option, even when everything in you says, I can't do this anymore. Even when the weight feels too heavy, the road too long, the pain too deep. You were not made to stop here. You were made to overcome. You were made to rise. You were made to endure. Life will hit hard. It will test you in ways you never expected. It will bring seasons of silence, seasons of struggle, seasons of heartbreak. But this is not the place to give up. This is not the end of your story. Keep moving. Even if it's one small step, even if you're crawling, even if all you can do is breathe and survive today, do that, because this moment does not define your whole life. Your next chapter is waiting, and it's worth it. It's worth the fight. It's worth the tears. It's worth pushing through what's trying to stop you. There is purpose on the other side of your pain. There is beauty waiting behind the brokenness. There is peace on the other side of this chaos. But you'll never see it if you quit now. You are stronger than you feel, braver than you believe, more capable than you think, and your past does not disqualify you from a powerful future. Every struggle you've faced has prepared you. Every fall has taught you. Every scar has strengthened you. So stand up, even if your legs are shaking. Speak hope, even if your voice trembles. Keep fighting, even if your heart is tired. You are not alone in this. And you are not defeated. The world needs your story. Someone needs your light. Someone is waiting for the breakthrough that will come from your persistence. So don't give in to the lie that it's over. Don't accept the thought that you're too far gone. You are still here, and as long as you're here, there is more ahead. So keep moving, keep fighting, keep living, because quitting is not your option. And the next chapter is worth it.